Be live.
Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You got Wayne, Ethan, and Tim in the building. I think Ephraim is on the way. Who knows? Excuse me. Spicy pork rinds. This game should not have been this close. It should not have been this close. Embiid was out there doing business early on. Embiid had 25 points in the first quarter and got AD in foul trouble. Hold up. Go ahead. Tim, one of y'all take that. Go ahead.
We want to listen to you choke to death. Who's it on?
You.
Yeah, D started off like a shotgun. Right out the gate. Embiid was hooping. Got AD in foul trouble. But man, DeAnthony Melton had the game of his life tonight.
Yes, and we needed every point.
Yes, we did. He had great shots, big shots. But somebody said earlier, Harden did his thing in OT. Harden put the team on his back in OT. He had 9 of the 13 in OT. He did his thing, man. Still the win. Got the Lakers on up out of here. I don't know what happened in that collapse in the last couple minutes of the fourth. That thank goodness Anthony Davis didn't hit 2 free throws. So that we'd have been singing a different tune tonight.
And the boy didn't hit 3.
3 would have been tied, and we'd have had a shot to win.
But we could still probably through the well, maybe we wouldn't have thrown it away. I don't know.
Yeah, so, I don't agree with that foul on that 3 either. That was kind of suspect to me. But
that was a foul. It was a foul.
Tim has been right again with that. Thibault is out here trying to give away games, bro.
That's what he do.
That joint was irksome, man. Go ahead, Wayne. What's your thoughts?
No, I'm going back to what Ethan's been saying all season. I'm tired of seeing PJ Tucker out there. PJ Tucker brings absolutely nothing to this team. I don't see where he's not even a threat for him to shoot the ball. And what? Yeah, but it still ain't no threat for real.
So, he actually played good defense a couple times. I saw him when he kind of got switched in the post against AD. He actually, surprisingly enough, he kind of moved AD out the block a couple times. I saw that happen. He actually is strong.
AD soft.
But hey, look, AD had 40 against Giannis. Anybody want to speak on that?
You know what? Did you peep up with AD like in the was it the overtime? Or it might have been. I think it was overtime. He all of a sudden he stopped guarding Embiid. They started sending 2 other people over there to guard Embiid. But remember, he came down there all hyped up trying to block Harden shot and ended up fouling Harden. That joint, I don't know why, but it irritated me. Like, don't run away from Bede. You want to run away from Bede against the other big man. Now you trying to run down there and block a guard. Like,
I disagree. I think Embiid, was hooping tonight too. He was just in foul trouble. Anthony Davis probably could have dropped 40 or 50.
He hooped a little late. He hooped like in the fourth quarter. He had like 20 in the fourth.
He wasn't able because he can't stop Embiid. Embiid is better than him.
Are you listening? If he was allowed to play, he didn't play a lot in the first half. He was in foul trouble.
Because he can't guard him.
And Anthony Davis, if you one-on-one, Anthony Davis, if both healthy, keyword is healthy because both of them is 2 unhealthy Negroes. But if both of them healthy, I'm taking Anthony Davis over Embiid.
And I'm taking Embiid because Embiid will back him down all day long without no help.
Right now, Joel Embiid, in my opinion, and listen, I'll get to that a little bit. I'll talk about Embiid and Giannis because I found something real suspect about Giannis as of late. He's a great player and all, but I think he gets overhyped for defense. Everybody talks about the defense. And he let the boy AD go off on him, and he never really stuck him. I went back and reviewed that game, and I was surprised how little he actually stuck AD. Giannis actually gets off easy a lot because he guards a lot of power forwards who are not that good. But that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that. But as regard this game at MOC, I see MOC. All right, first of all, MOTC, you love hating on Harden. Harden actually came up huge with a lot of plays and even the fourth quarter. This is why we have Harden here. So stop all the cap about Harden trash. You need to pass the ball. Harden actually made some huge shots when they was trying to double B. He gave it to Harden. Harden's big enough, man enough, and skilled enough to create contact. He got the N1, the 3-point play late in the fourth quarter, and he had, in the overtime, and actually in the fourth quarter, he even using that mid-range shot, which has been way better than I think him taking a whole bunch of threes. He actually hit a couple of threes tonight, which was solid. But that mid-range shot, I'm telling you, is key, is clutch for Harden. He need to keep using that.
The only thing is, I don't agree with MOTC with pretty much nothing. However, I gotta agree with him. The reason why we was in the situation we were in the first place is because Harden turned the ball over twice down the stretch in the fourth quarter.
Okay, but he had 28, 4 rebounds, 12 assists.
Looking at the stats, look at the end of the game.
I see it. Yeah, I'm saying
we were up 9.
If you gonna count the end of the game, count the overtime too.
No. He was up 19.
Listen, I'm not denying that he balled enough overtime. He delivered to it, but it's like somebody who beat you up and they give you a Band-Aid and try to fix you up. He did the damage already.
Okay, so he had 12 assists. He had 5 turnovers, but he had 12 assists.
He turned the reason why.
First of all, your analogy is horrible. If you want to say somebody cut you up and then stitched you up because they saved your life.
So did you get the point?
No, because your analogy was trash. Just like your analogy and your analysis.
Harden put us in a situation that we were in. We would have won that game in regulation, but he turned the ball over twice down the stretch. Where at the end they were scared to even give him the ball.
So why was we up so high? Why was we up?
We still turned the ball over.
No. But okay, why was we up though? That's my question. Y'all trying to say, well, Harden trash. He had 2 turnovers. He also had 12 assists. He also was assisting to B. He also gave Thibault his only 6 points. Thibault trash too. Y'all want to talk about PJ Tucker? I'm actually more against Thibault than PJ Tucker because at least PJ Tucker go down in the block and hold his own down the block. Thibault not only is giving away fouls and trying to give away games, the only 6 points that he had was wide open dunks he had every time. He actually had a couple passes at the elbow, and he was scared to death to shoot the ball. He literally was wide open. LeBron was fading off of him. He turned around. He looking for somebody to pass to. Thibault trash, bro. He trash. I'm done
telling y'all that.
He did hit a 3 tonight. Thibault was 4 for 7.
Series.
Thibault was 4 for 7. He like PJ Tucker though. He like PJ Tucker.
But he's a younger, more athletic.
He works
and
than
can actually stop a guard.
PJ Tucker don't foul to give away games.
PJ Tucker was actually. There's only 2 people on our team with a minus. That was PJ Tucker, was -5. And lo and behold, Paul Reed was a -12 and only 4
6 scenarios. 6 of them points, he was wide open for dunks. I'm sorry, Ethan.
You know why Paul Reed was -12? Because AD, when they took Embiid out, AD wasn't scared no more. And then he came back in the game and he started trying to warm up against Paul Reed because Embiid had him clamped. So he started getting off against Paul Reed.
Embiid didn't have 80 finished the game with 30.
Huh?
You think B had him clamped?
Yeah, in the beginning of the game, was you not watching when Embiid had 25 and had him with 2 foul, getting in foul trouble?
Yeah,
when the Sixers was blowing him out, and like I said, when Embiid finally came out the game, AD checked back in and he went off against Paul Reed.
Had him clamped.
I said he did have him.
All his 30 points was against Paul Reed.
I said Embiid had him clamped, and then when he went out the game and sat down on the bench and waited until Embiid was out the game to come back in, then he started getting it going against Paul Reed. That's what happened.
No, that's not true. First of all,
AD
scored all his points in the fourth quarter. He scored
18 in the fourth quarter.
Paul Reed didn't play in the second half.
A
lot of them points was hold on. A lot of them points was
he's still at 18 in the fourth quarter. A lot of garbage, and they tied the game in the fourth quarter.
No. Don't start that because before Ethan, don't do that. Before they got close, you said, and I quote, when you was trying to hate on B during our text messages, and I said, no, B been dominating all year. You said, well, some of his games is like the points that AD scoring now in the fourth quarter. Them points was trash.
No. Read the text. I didn't say now in the fourth quarter. You said when them games like AD have it. You said when them
now.
I didn't say now in the fourth quarter.
But you still said it was in the fourth quarter when you said it.
Before he had 18 in the fourth quarter.
Stop the cap. We capping now. He scored a whole lot of points that nobody expect was going to mean nothing until we kind of started crumbling and wasn't scoring, and they was doing their thing. Is it me or Ethan thing messing up?
I think it's Ethan's thing.
Oh, good. The basketball guys heard him talking crazy, and they shut the foolishness down. The bottom line is, this is the games that we brought Harden here for. Harden did what he was supposed to do, dropped 9 out of 13 points in the fourth quarter. B has been dominating all year. I'm not sure what anybody else is seeing. Embiid is having an MVP type year. He balling out of control this year. In my opinion, it's either him or Steph that's the best player. A 1A, 1B is the best player in the NBA right now. Maybe a little bit biased, but I'm going with it. I mean, you Tatum and I'm doing anything. Tatum and Green on balling. But B balling right now, man. And now we got Harden back. I can't wait till Maxey come back. I know everybody like, yeah, we barely beat the Lakers. Lakers actually been on a run as of late. Out of the last 10 games, I think they like 7-3 or 8-2 or something like that. They actually been turning around and playing some pretty good basketball. So this is not necessarily a cheap win like people looking like, oh, thank God the Lakers. Lakers actually been playing pretty good. And we still not at full strength. We still don't have our number 2, number 3 scorer back. We still missing Maxey. People act like they forget about that. Like people like, oh, we're going to lose. I see how trash we are. No, we actually, in my opinion, still a pretty good team. We just missing our complete team right now. And they better be glad because we probably had the Lakers down by 30 if we'd have had Maxey in the game. Early.
No, we still got issues that I wanted that we got.
Everybody got issues.
But I'm just saying,
Except Boston.
Joel's still giving me 7. Joel's still giving me 7 turnovers a game, which is unacceptable because it's going to play out to the playoffs, and then him.
Hey, Starscream, I said out of the last 10 games. What's the Lakers' record out of the last 10 games? Starscream, I'm sorry.
They lost 3. They lost 3 in a row.
Okay, so maybe they're on a little bit of a losing streak, but they was playing well. I mean, out of the last 10 games before that, they was playing. They was like 8-2 or something like that, or 7-3.
They had a little bit of a hot streak.
It was,
but at the same time, they still lost 2 in a row. They lost 3 in a row.
Well, now is it 3 in a row now with us? Is it now
only had 3 turnovers? AD only had 3 turnovers, but he had no assists. And Embiid at least had 5 assists. He had
7 turnovers.
Okay, and 5 assists and a win. And he got AD in foul trouble.
Did we give props to DeAnthony Melton? How he was?
Oh, definitely got to give DeAnthony Melton. Was this a career game for him?
Yeah, DeAnthony Melton was
33 points, and we needed every one of them.
DeAnthony Melton was hooping.
Listen, first of all, Russell Westbrook got a triple double.
Yeah,
listen, you know when I knew the game was over in overtime. At one stretch, Russell Westbrook shot back-to-back threes, and then the next possession, it was Pat Beverly with the clock running out about to squeeze a 3. I knew the game was over at that point.
Oh, when Westbrook when he took 2 3-pointers in the overtime, I was like, and they wasn't even close. I was like,
yeah. That's because AD was scared to shoot. AD ain't want to shoot. AD was scared to shoot. He ain't want to go into the basket. He got his 5th foul because he was trying to block Harden instead of guarding Embiid.
Lakers.
Are you kidding me? AD finished with 31 points.
He had a lot of garbage points.
And he ran from Embiid.
Lakers beat the Spurs. Then they lost to the Pacers. Hold on. Lakers this is like the last 5 games. They beat the Spurs, lost to the Pacers. They beat the Blazers, beat the Bucks, beat the Wizards. Then they lost to Cleveland, who's a very good team, better than us right now. They lost to the Raptors. Get that. Then they lost to us. So, I mean, that's like I said, the Lakers actually have been playing some pretty good ball. You can't be mad at them because they lost to Cleveland. Cleveland's a good team. Or to us, we consider ourselves a good team. We got the best big man in the game right now. And Harden came back. Just can't be mad at that. Still got Tobias Harris, who played okay, played solid.
Toby had that last turnover. Toby threw what
was so irritating.
Oh my God.
That joint was
like you too much of a vet to make a dumb bone. They didn't have any timeouts left, but you come on, bro. You're a vet. You got to make a better play than that.
I agree. I absolutely agree. That joint was very, very annoying. They was 6-10. They was 6-4 out of their last 10. So before that, they was a little better before the last 2 losses. But I mean, they was playing all right. They was coming, bringing it around a little bit.
Every time I see the boy Dennis Schroeder, I just think how stupid his agent was for turning down that $80 million.
And then he back there anyway for cheaper.
Yeah, then for like $2 million. He getting paid $2 million. You know how dumb he would be making $20 million this year.
That was a travesty. Yeah.
You know what's one of the best parts of this game today? All them stinking Laker fans down in our home hyping up every time the Lakers like getting fans break down. All the Brian Joers down there take that L and take it home. It sounded like it was like 50-50 Sixers and Laker fans in there tonight.
I agree. It was packed in there. I mean, Brian did a lot of love. I can't be. I can't be too mad. I mean, he's an iconic player. This
No,
is
you
what
can come to
happens when
watch,
you got-
but you ain't. Bro, I've been to games when Mike was coming to town and the Sixers playing Mike. People was in awe and wanted to see Mike and everything else, but it wasn't them cheering for Mike. Like on that type of note, like 50-50. That's ridiculous.
I mean, but
I don't know. I used
once
to go with my boy
again,
Reese, and he would cheer for he would
but
cheer for
I mean, but this
yeah, because
again,
that's the kind of people you hang with, other than us.
can I get anything in there? This is the
You
impact.
just talked the whole tirade for like 5 minutes.
I was responding to what you said.
You just
What,
did
responded to
5
me?
minute monologue.
Okay, never mind. Go
I
ahead.
thought I was on the Tonight Show or something. Go ahead.
This is the impact that LeBron James has. That he goes places and people root for him. Man, LeBron got a hardcore foul. People think Jordan got a hardcore foul, and he does. LeBron got just enough hardcore foul in Jordan, bro. He's has reached that level of next level where you can even have a legitimate argument about him and Jordan being 1 and 2. But to go back to the game real quick, again, I can't give DeAnthony Melton enough props. 33 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and didn't he have like 7 steals or something too? Like he might have ended with 8 because I think after they mentioned he had 7, I think he had 1 more. So he was all over the place, man. He has been our best pickup in the offseason, and it paid off tonight big time.
And that was via trade. That wasn't even we traded for him. But yeah, I gotta give him his bad props.
Yeah.
Let me actually know. They had when we was in a telecast, they were talking about the contenders, and they was naming Boston and the Bucks. And then at the very end, they said the Sixers have the potential. But do y'all think we are true contenders, or do we got to make another move right now to get into that category?
See, I mean, the sad part is I don't think we know because we ain't played with our it hasn't been long enough to play with our big 3. Our big 3, I think, is certified. Maxey, Embiid, and Harden is a legit big 3, but they haven't played together enough and get that chemistry enough to really say if we got enough or not. I think we do. Honestly, when them 3 play together, I just think it's rotations. I think Doc got to get the rotations down. I think Toby needs to play more with that second unit, get them going offensively. Now that you're seeing what Shake Milton could do, with DeAnthony Melton could do, I think we ready. I honestly think when Maxey come back, I'm telling you, I think we ready. At the All-Star break, I could see us going on a nice little run after the All-Star break.
I don't know about the continuity of the team. Like I don't, and that's where a lot of it falls on Doc because it's almost like we got 2 different type teams. Like with Embiid, it's a slow it down, plodding the town. But then you got other guys like Maxey. Seems like he has to play upbeat. And even Melton balled out the night with, what I'm saying, with beat and stuff in there. So it can work, but MOT, you got to stop with the hard hate. Listen, just because you like one player don't mean you got to hate on another if they on your team. It's like how Tim loved Ben, so he hate Embiid, and he still hates Embiid because Embiid showed that he was the real player that we had.
But that's just not true.
But Tim still hates on Embiid.
Yes.
So, but why, why still hate on them? If that's, you need them. Don't anybody sit up here and try to say you don't need, we play better without Embiid or we don't need Harden. Let's get rid of Harden. You're out your mind. You're out your mind.
I'm not trying to trade Harden.
I think we could be a contender, but I still believe that we are a big man away. I think we need an athletic wing. I think we have the team to compete with anybody, but we need somebody that's going to offensive. Like tonight, if you notice, we played a really clean game because we didn't get out hustle on offensive rebounds. I think it pretty much was even. But them athletic teams, like we just had with that Houston game, if you can't athletically rebound and get them second chance shots, we're not going to be able to compete with anybody.
Listen, Houston different. I don't think I was on the podcast. I was trying to get on the podcast. Houston is a different animal. I watched Houston play about 3 to 4 times this year because they played Golden State twice already, and they go after the boards like no other. And I do agree with you. I always said we need some more athleticism, but I think we got enough skill on this team to hold it down, and honestly, enough defense in crucial situations where we need people. As long as Thibault ain't doing dumb fouls, I think we got enough. I think we got enough dudes that we could put out there in ideal situations.
But I'm talking about a 7-game series. A 7-game series.
Yeah, we got B. We got B, Harden, and Maxey.
Knows each other.
Yes. We got the best big man in the game.
Then you can't just rely all on Embiid to out rebound everybody every night. It's not even fair on him as much as
I'm not.
I'm critical of Embiid, but he needs help down low. And in order for us to compete, even like today when he wound up boxing out the very late and then somebody else got the rebound, he got mad at his team. He was like, "Yo, I just did all this to get y'all to rebound, and y'all still let the team go in and secure the rebound."
I do got that league pack. Tim, go ahead, Wayne. What's your thoughts? Do you think we?
Go ahead, y'all. Yeah, I'll jump in when the foolishness wants it.
I kind of agree with who said it. Let me scroll back here. It was William Conway. He said he'll wait till January to evaluate the team. We were like this at the same time last year until the team kicked it up in January. I agree. Like I think we just got to need a little bit more time to play together. Get Maxey, Harden, and Embiid together. Harden played like he should play, a veteran in crucial situations. The game tight when everybody else get tight. He played loose because he's been there, done that, and he showed you in the fourth quarter 9 out of 13 points to seal the deal. I'm not trusting too many other people. I'm not trading him. MOC, he on all these crazy trades. I'm not trading him for nobody for Gazy like that. Nah, this dude can handle the ball. He could distribute the rock. He could rebound, and he could score, and he could shoot the three. He can get hot and go crazy. Tonight it was like 3 of 9 or something like that. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either. And he shot 47% overall from the field. That's what we want Harden to do.
Wait, whoa. Ethan in his comments, right? So I was about to say, because Marshawn Lynch said what I had been saying back to last season. When I was talking about Maxey coming off of the bench and being a spark, did you see Ethan's reply? I kind of agree with that. When I've been saying this, to let Maxey come off the bench and be that offensive player, people wanted to bite my head off when I said that. Like I had 4 heads.
But he's been saying what you saying? Go with Melton over Maxey? Nah, I mean right now if Melton,
I'm saying just what Maxey being.
No, I'm talking about. Ethan early in the comment section says Melton over Maxey. I guess he's saying start Melton over Maxey. But if Melton giving you what he's giving you now, like if he got confidence and he come off the bench, like then it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other one. Unless you just think Melton plays better with Harden, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe Melton's defense is better. I could give you that. You can say I think we might need the defense, but I like the fact that him and Shake is starting to do their thing, so they could get more time. They got confidence now, and Doc got confidence in them to be able to run it. I thought Shake played a decent game tonight too. Some crucial points when we needed it. So that's what you need on the bench. If dumb boys play like that coming off the bench, we good. We didn't have it. Keep in mind,
Ethan said he wasn't agreeing with that. By the way, he was talking about something else. All right.
He also
did all that. So basically, it's just you and the bull.
We also didn't have Minivan tonight. Minivan ain't playing tonight. He's been playing some big time basketball.
Minivan don't play against good teams.
He don't, and we already. He's been exposed. Knock it off.
Minivan been hitting shots. He's been playing solid all year.
He doesn't play well.
He's been playing solid all year.
We need, and I keep emphasizing this: is we need an athletic wing. We get an athletic wing. Somebody 6'9", a young bull 6'8", 6'9" dude that can rebound. And
everybody's not going to have a complete team. Everybody's not. It's obviously yes. If it's a perfect world, you can trade for somebody, you get them. Yeah, but everybody ain't going in there fully stocked. It is what it is. You gonna have
people tell me they just talk to trade. Yeah, we need to trade. Thibault. We need to trade Thibault and bring in Jaylen Brown because that's what we need. Like that. Come on, man.
Boston has a complete team.
Did Boston get a point guard yet? I haven't really watched Boston play this year.
Yes, they do.
Who they point guard?
And they got a backup point guard.
Okay, we'll see how that pans out. We've seen teams come out great before.
Who Boston starting point guard?
I mean, they still got their original starting lineup, but they got the backup point guard who's actually
okay. So they still don't have a starting point guard. Is still Smart. Smart still handling the point guard position.
Yep.
You good with that?
Are they good with that? Look at their record. They're good.
Yeah, it was all fun and games until they got in the playoffs and they met Golden State and they got spanked in 6 games. Should have lost in 5.
First of all, they went 6 games.
They should have lost in 5. They got hot 1 game and 1 game because they couldn't.
All the players that made a big difference for Golden State, they all been re-signed to other teams. They got signed to other teams. They're not even near them.
I'm just saying, but we're better this year, right? Don't you think we're better this year?
Y'all not go to. I'm matter of fact, y'all not better this year.
No, I'm talking about Sixers. Sixers are better this year. That's what I'm talking about. Sixers are better this year.
I don't know that yet. I
mean, okay, Smart has improved at point guard. So Smart been in the league for how long? 8 years now, and now he's come around that he's gonna be the point guard to carry. I'm not. Listen, Boston is the best.
Boston got Brogdon.
What is he doing as a point guard? Is he balling? I haven't watched him. I'm just asking questions. I haven't watched Boston.
You're asking questions as if they're not doing well. They're doing great.
They are. It's one thing that in the playoffs is a different animal. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
The only thing I'm saying, you saying in the playoffs they got to the finals though. So I mean they did something in the playoffs.
Yeah, I get it. They lost. Two game sevens.
I get it. They lost. Okay, but they still got there.
But I'm saying, they beat. My point is they're beatable. Yeah, Tim's acting like, in my opinion, they're beatable, and I think we can beat them. I'm saying that to say everybody has holes that they can be beat. They barely eked by Miami. They went 7 with them. They lost 6 in Golden State, and I think they went 7 in a series before that. Who else? They played who was it? Atlanta, somebody they went 7 games to. I think
Jaylen Brown's better, Tatum's better, and
Brogdon's playing almost 30 minutes and is averaging 15.4 points on 46% shooting. That's 4 rebounds and 4.7 assists.
Solid.
They're 21-5.
Yeah.
They only lost 5 games. They're at 800. They 80% winning percent.
Their defense is really good right now. Yes.
Yeah. So
their defense is incredible.
And so, and I'm looking at the Sixers, and the Sixers right now are 13-12.
See, you got people. Martin Lynch is 33, saying you think we're getting swept. I don't agree with that. Golden State. All right, watch this. Golden State gonna beat Boston tomorrow. 8:30 they play. Golden State gonna win. Y'all talking all this shoot 'em up stuff. Golden State gonna expose them. You gonna get.
They won't. Come on after the game.
Yeah, Dominic. Sometimes people be forgetting about that part.
Podcast about how bad they was tomorrow after the game.
Okay, Golden State.
But sometimes we forget, like Dominic said, the Bucks. Like you had Chris Middleton ain't played a good portion of the season, and Lopez out there. Well, Lopez might stay injured. I don't know. He's older now. You know how sometimes with those kind of players they keep having those nagging injuries. Mm-hmm. But I mean that's why we gonna see how stuff play out. But as of right now, I agree. Boston looks like the most complete and the best team in the league right now.
So X-Man, I trust B. You asking me who I trust, Tobias or Tatum? You comparing our possibly fourth best player to their number one? I trust Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid to get you out the second round of the playoffs?
Yeah, with the team we got now, yeah. He got better players around him. He don't have a point guard that's scared to shoot the ball or dunk. Remember that? Remember he had a point guard that was scared to shoot and dunk and pass and shoot a free throw and get fouled? Remember that?
He didn't have last year either and still didn't get out the second round of playoffs.
Yeah, no, actually, Harden was kind of scared to shoot last year. Remember? We was talking about how he was passing up open shots because he was off.
He wasn't ready yet. We got Harden halfway through the year. He wasn't ready yet.
You got more. You got a lot of faith in Joel Embiid.
He wasn't ready. Plus, we got DeAnthony Melton. That's another add on to the team. That's a huge pickup on our lineup. Maxey is now better. He's a full year starter. Hopefully, when he come back from the injury, you know what I mean, there won't be no hiccups from that. Maxey on pace to be, as we all said now, but now everybody in the comment section turning on Maxey. Oh, trade Maxey for Halliburton. Also, before Maxey was the product, he was the best player in the NBA. He was going to be one of the chosen ones. He was Ja Morant status. Now you got people in the comment section talking about trading for Halliburton. This is the stuff that gives me headaches at night when y'all boys do this kind of stuff.
It's the fans out of sight, out of mind. They don't care.
Fickle fans.
Yes, yeah. Very fickle. Maxey's that dude.
Speaking of fans, which one was at the game today? The 2 Eagles, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, they was at the game chilling. So them 2 dudes is different, man. They special. They may be our best 2 Eagles receivers that we had in a long time and maybe in history. I don't know. They got to put a little bit more work in, but them 2 dudes is nice. Because that boy number 1 give him that ball.
I'm not talking about you, Maxey. I mean, MOC. Somebody else said it. Somebody else said talking about trade Harden. I mean, Maxey for Halliburton or some old name they threw up there. I'm good with the
Well, he's even crazier. He's talking about trade Max. He said trade Harden for Halliburton.
I would.
Halliburton a baller, but I'm good with Harden right now. I'm good with Harden. Harden this year.
I would make that trade.
Harden, before he got hurt, was playing like Houston Harden. He came back, had one bad game, and all H broke loose. Everybody, oh, he's back. Oh, he's back to trash. And now he come back, have a 28-point game with 12 assists, and save us in the fourth quarter. And now we still got people trying to hate. I'm confused. I'm confused.
Well, let me unconfuse you. The reason why he saved us because he's the one who put us in that situation. The game was won.
Mm-hmm.
Turned the ball over in crunch time twice down the stretch.
So he won the game 2 times for us. So you tell me he won the game twice because he had us up by 19, him and Embiid had us up 19, then they lost it, and he said, you know what, let me stop playing, let me win it again, and that's what happened. I'm good with that. Yes.
No, what happened was they decided to run the ball through Embiid and DeAnthony Melton, and that's how they was able to
Herb, almost only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and atomic bombs. You don't almost get a loss, you get a win. In the column, do it say almost? What does it say in the column? It says win and loss. We got to win.
When you think that way, you come back years later and be like, oh, the reason why we wasn't playing well because we still haven't cut down turnovers.
You think Boston last year in the finals is saying, oh, we almost beat Golden State because we took them to 6? No,
but you still look at the reason why you got in that position.
You think Golden State we almost beat Cleveland, we lost a 3-1 lead? You think Golden State saying that? They saying no, we lost. Curry still crying about it to this day, and for good measure. He said it still hurt. They see a 73-9 banner and no championship. Ain't no almost wins, bruh. You either win or you lose, and we won, and I'm good with it.
If you don't clean up.
This is my only thing when people start talking about trades and everything. If I'm going to make a trade, the trade has to be, let me use the right word, not a lateral movement. Like people saying trade Toby, you have even lateral, not a lateral movement.
Unilateral is what you said last time.
Not a lateral movement. They need to make. I don't want to see you trade Toby for Collins. I don't feel like you're upgrading. I'm not saying that you're downgrading, but you're not upgrading me. Trading Halliburton for Harden to me is not an upgrade. So why am I just going to make a trade for the sake of trading? That's why teams get. If you notice, the teams that's playing the best, the teams that's getting deep into the playoffs and stuff, are usually the teams that have been playing together the longest. You see, Golden State plays together the long. Boston been playing together all this time. Phoenix been playing together for a while now. The teams that make the big runs in the playoffs, these teams that are doing it for the most part, other than when LeBron goes to a team and he gets them in the finals and stuff. But for the most part, there's teams that have been playing together for a while that make it to the finals. But we want to keep switching players around, trading.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
That's not always the case, because if I'm trading Tobias Harris and I'm bringing in John Collins, I'm bringing in somebody who's addressing a weakness on the team, and that's with rebounding. That's with helping me get second chance shots. So although they may be similar in scoring, but there's an element to John Collins' game that is missing that we can use.
So how do you know that he's going to get rebounds in this system?
Why wouldn't he? Why would all of a sudden he's no longer able to get rebounds at 6'9"?
Because you know that rebounds sometimes do depend on where you're placed on the floor too.
But why all of a sudden he's impossible?
He's averaging 7.5 rebounds. Toby's averaging like 6.4. So where's the big disparage in rebounds?
That's why I said they similar in games, but their impact is going to be totally different.
How? Tobias is shooting like 40% from 3.
Because
Starscream.
And for the record, Collins is averaging 12 points and 7 rebounds. Toby's averaging like 15 something and 6 or something like that. They're not great numbers, but my whole thing is, if you have a guy that's been here, and you got continuity with the team, they're on the same page with certain stuff. You don't keep switching parts just to switch parts.
We're not keeping. Tobias been here for 4 years,
mm-hmm.
So it's not like we didn't get him a shot. Like we just want to switch him out. Let's move on. Let's get somebody different in here.
Well, listen,
he'll be averaging 16 and 6.
All right. Yeah. Starscream said, okay, let me ask you the 3 question. If you trade Halliburton instead of Harden, if you trade for Halliburton rather instead of Harden last year, do you lose to Miami? He said because he think that we would have beat Miami if we'd have had Halliburton instead of Harden. I mean, listen, at that time, that may have been true. Harden, remember, he said he had the hamstring injury that was kind of lingering. He wasn't the Harden that we have even now he wasn't that hard. So could we still have a better chance against Miami with a healthier young bull? Yeah, probably so. I'm not going to say no, but I think this Harden now, the Harden we seen that came into the season with the weight loss and in shape, he was balling. He got hurt, came back, had a little bit of an iffy game. Everybody questioning, Harden, here we go again. And he came back tonight, his second game back, had 28-12. I'm good with that.
You know, one thing that we also don't know?
The OT.
One thing we also don't know is, have we ever seen Halliburton play in the playoffs? And I'm not saying that he can't. He might step up and take the next level in the playoffs. I don't know, but we haven't seen him play in the playoffs.
But we seen Harden.
What's Harden playoff? Read me Harden playoff stats as you talk that, because no matter what, he's still.
The last year.
Talk about his career playoff numbers.
I'll give you. I don't know. I'm gonna give you his last year, the most recent. That's the
Ephraim just told you what was the deal with last year.
Oh no. You don't get, and the NBA players after 32, 33, you don't get better. You don't
Who's
get
to say better? He was injured. What are you talking about?
You do. Let's read what he did last year.
So AD. So remember how AD was playing and then he got hurt. So in your opinion, AD is trash. Then he goes on a tear scoring all these 50-point games and 40-point games and stuff. But you don't get better when you're older. It's not about getting better. You get healthy.
That's not good, Wayne. I agree with Wayne. I mean,
Harden also averages like eight rebounds to Halliburton's 4.
To answer the question, yes, I would take Halliburton over James Harden right now in their careers, because I would have Halliburton for the next 15 years as my starting point guard.
I mean, for that reason, I'm not mad at that. But
yeah.
I mean, listen, we trying to talk about why, or at least I'm talking about why I think we legitimate now still. I do think Boston is the best team. I'm not saying we're going to run through Boston by no means. It's Boston, Milwaukee, but I think after that, we right there. I think we'll see how really good we are or bad we are.
But enough. If you naming teams that's better than us, then Moore didn't do his job, because we need to have the best team. We need to be the best team going to the finals, going to the NBA playoffs.
Everybody's not. I mean, look. Let's be real. And I know I keep bringing. Golden State wasn't the best team going to the playoffs last year. They was like a 3rd or 4th seed, and they won the championship. So you don't have to be the best team as long as you get hot at the right time. You make the right calls. The best, in my opinion. I know Ethan says the same thing. In most cases, the best player normally wins. They normally win a championship. In NBA, when you got the best player on your team, that's why I said Steph Curry, in my opinion, the best player in the NBA, it still is right now. Normally, when you got the player playing the best basketball, if you just get enough dudes to step up around them, they're going to win. And that's what happened with Golden State. I think the Sixers now, Embiid, in my opinion, is right up there with the best player in the NBA. You got Harden playing solid. You got Maxey playing solid when he come back. Tobias has actually been playing very solid this year outside of that real goofy turnover he had tonight. He's been playing very solid this year. And you got our bench coming on. I still say this. We said this a couple podcasts ago when our bench was pretty much our starters. We said this might be the best thing to happen to them. These dudes is getting real action game time. They starting to gel and kind of know each other. I think that's going to carry on. And we've seen a little bit at the night with the boy Melton playing so good.
And that's why I want to come down to it. If we're going to stay with our team, to the core of the team, what's missing for me is an athletic wing, because that's what's going to kill us come playoff time. That's what's going to hurt.
Everybody got a weakness. Everybody got. That's why I said everybody got a
weakness that you can afford to have. You can't afford not to have, because it's going to hurt us. You're going to be second round next year. Everybody going to be mad, and everybody going to be like, "Well, what's
you know what Tim sound like? He sound like some fantasy sports owner, like some fantasy sports GM. You know what I'm saying? Or in a video game thing, like you got to make a trade. He want to make trade with the computer. Wow. Like he want to trade, like take somebody superstar off a bum team and just get them trash and be like, we got to make our team the best in the league.
I propose the trade. You talk
right about that.
You don't want to do a lateral move.
I don't want to do lateral movement, and I'm not saying that do no trade, but I'm not going to trade for the sake of trading. Everybody get all hyped up. We got to make a trade. And I agree. Sometimes you do, but you don't just make a trade to trade it.
He is.
He's on the trading block with the Hawks.
Okay.
I think him and Jay Crowder, they both are eligible to be out there. If you want to trade Thibault for Crowder, that's a possible trade that's out there, because Crowder.
Nobody taking no Thibault. Thibault trash, bro. Nobody believes in him.
Or
Trade him PJ Tucker for him. I'll take it. That'll be an upgrade.
you can't even trade him right now.
You can't trade him.
You just told me how great PJ was.
I didn't. Nobody say he was great. I just say he was playing good on defense. First of all, let me address two things. Start screen. Golden State did not have the best record. Mitchell pretty much held the best record throughout the whole season. Phoenix did. Phoenix actually won the best record by like 15 games or something. I mean, maybe not that high, but it was at least like 11 or 12 games. They had the best record. Then after them was Memphis. This dog. Then after them was Memphis. Golden State did drop when Curry got hurt a little bit, but they still wasn't consistently the best team in the NBA last year. It was Phoenix, and they got off in the second round. They got beat. They didn't make the Western Conference Finals. That's one thing. And for two, MOC, stop talking about this Harden not solid. Harden has been playing solid this year. He's been playing better than expected. Go back and look at Harden's stats. All the games that he played before he got hurt, and then the last two games, at least the last game that he just played, which was good. It's a solid game. You came in, first of all, I can't even take you seriously because you came in hating on Harden on this game, and he had 28 and 12 and shot almost 50% from the field. Come on, stop the cap. Like, relax. I know you might have, what happened? The Harden did. I think you seen Harden one time and he dismissed you probably.
No, you know what it is. It's the same issue that Tim had. That's why him and Tim is agreeing now because they're the same type mindset. Whereas though, in this case, like how Tim loved Ben so much, he started despising Embiid. Well, Kraft loves Bede so much, so when people started saying this is Harden team, he got offended by it, and now he can't stand Harden.
I think he might have ran into Harden somewhere and Harden dismissed him. Or maybe cracked on him. Harden either dismissed him or cracked on him and he ain't like it. Something, one of them two happened and he felt some type of way and now he want to hate on Harden because this hate is unnecessary. He just had a 28 and 12 game and you saying he played like trash. You try to blame the game on Harden down the stretch. I'm confused. I know he had some turnovers at the end, but we don't credit Harden for the lead that we had, that he had nothing to do with a 19-point lead in the fourth quarter. And then he had nothing to do with an overtime when we had 9 of the 13 points. I guess we just I'm assuming that this happened.
You're not saying that.
Trav just told you that's what it is. Well, hold up. See, Quest, he's saying Maxey's the only closer we have. Why can't a center be a closer? Especially when your center shoots 80-something% from free throw. We're not talking about Shaq who shot 50% from free throws. Embiid shoots like 80. I know it's 80 plus. I don't know the exact number, but he shoots free throws. So why can't Embiid be your closer?
I mean, I like Embiid as a closer. I'm good. He had some big shots this year. He closed. Embiid has closed several games this year.
You still need at the end of the game. Somebody still got to get the ball to Embiid.
Okay, but he could still be your closer though. That don't mean
the ball. But when you got a guard or a forward that can handle the ball, it's a little different because they can sit there and they can literally say, "I'm gonna have the last shot. It's gonna be mine," and they can have the ball. You can't really do that with a center. Somebody got to get.
Why can't you?
You can't really have your best man.
Why can't you? Embiid can't take another center off the dribble.
It hasn't worked so far.
We just said how he's carried us down a stretch of games. What are you calling working? Winning a championship?
Yeah, getting out.
If that's your only great, then don't tell me nothing about Boston because they ain't won jack squat either. So don't tell me about how great Boston is.
Playoffs. What about getting out the second round?
No, don't tell me about how great it is. What do you mean? Has it worked? So you've not seen him close games out before?
To win, we're not talking about we're looking at big picture.
Yeah, hey Herb, I agree. That was a dumb shot. That Houston game, that Harden shot, I didn't like that at all. I see that way too much. I felt
like that was them trying to let Harden shine.
I think that was. I mean, I'm just saying it was. I'm not mad that Harden took it. It was a dumb shot. You in a tie game, you taking a step back, and it wasn't even. He didn't. The crazy part about it was. It wasn't a step back three where you stepped back and stepped over the 3-point line. You was already behind the 3 line and stepped back even further. And they got a block. I said, what in the world? Bro, it was just a dumb shot. I don't even mind Harden taking. I think Harden can hit some big shots. Harden has hit big shots throughout his career. Just take a better shot. It's like it was the other day. I see a lot of people do this. I seen Donovan Mitchell do that one time. I seen Steph Curry even do that. The game was tied. You trying to go for a three? I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He had a wide open lane for a layup. That's taking over the NBA too much for people trying to shoot these threes when the game is tied or even down by 2 or 1. I seen people take threes and they down by 1. I don't get it. But Harden has been playing very solid. I'm cool with the way he's been playing.
All right, we're about to wrap this thing up.
All right, hold up. How you gonna say Harden not pass? Harden had 12 assists. How can you be mad to when Harden don't pass? Okay.
Harden
for the record, people that want to talk about PJ Tucker, who's averaging in 28.6 minutes, 3.5 points, shooting 45%, and 4 rebounds and 1 assist. So don't tell me about PJ Tucker. 3.5 points on a team that has Embiid, Maxey, Harden, who's going to draw double teams, and he has wide open looks. No, but he gets wide open looks.
You don't. But he know to get it to the scorer. Like you got any given time, you got 3 people on the floor that can score way better than you. I'm not mad at you.
But his job is to shoot them wide open shots.
Them balls. Look, all right.
And my thing about Ben Simmons, I get the whole Halliburton thing, but when you're talking about Embiid, the window is here. We're not talking about you. If you really go back and look, a lot of the times the younger teams don't win the NBA finals. It's older teams that usually win the finals. So not saying they got to be old and ancient. So Embiid is in that window. You need somebody that can come in and play at that level now that's going to match that. And that's what the thought process was in getting Harden.
Harden stats so far. First game, 35 points, 31 points. Then he had a bad game against San Antonio, 12 points. Then he had 29 and 11, matter of fact. Even the game he only had 12 points, he had 12 assists. Then he had 29 and 11, 18 and 9. Then he had 11 and 4. The game 11 and 4, he didn't even shoot that much. He only shot 9 field goals. He was 4 for 9. Then he had 15 and 11. Then he had 23 and 17. Remember that game? Then he had 24 and 10. So, for what I'm seeing here, Harden's been playing solid basketball. And so far for the season, he's shooting a field goal percentage. And then tonight he had his, we know the stats, it was 28 and 12. He's shooting a field goal percentage of. Where's that at? It don't give me a.
Oh, he's only shooting 41% from field goal. That his shooting percentage is definitely down.
He could definitely get that up. But
he's shooting 90% from the free throw line.
And he's averaging, how many assists is he averaging now?
He's averaging 9.7 assists, 21.9 points, and 6.7 rebounds.
In the games, it don't matter. So you got what you need to do. Him and Joel Embiid is if y'all at the end of games, I need y'all to be tight with y'all game. That's all.
But he did. He won the game.
To work on.
He did. He went to overtime and he won the game.
Because he put us in overtime.
Okay, but he won.
He put us there.
Yeah, but he won. That's like saying if I your wife mad at you because you didn't pay the rent and you almost got evicted, but then you paid it. Now we cool. Like, all right, you mad at me because I might have slipped on the rent, but I got the money. I paid it. We good. We got the house or the apartment. We good now. There's no need to be mad. We like the female who still want to be mad after already cleared up all the bills and everything.
That's the problem. You got to do a root cause analysis. You got to figure out why are we here? Why did we get to that point? So we won't have to get to that point again. Or the very next month, the same situation is going to keep happening.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, no, he did it. He rectified it, and now we good going forward.
See, that's that.
What is it, Tim? What type of mentality is it? Go ahead, Tim. What type of mentality is it?
Let's just say there's other ways that you need to.
That wasn't what you was going to say. I got a feeling you were going to say something different, but I'll let you slide. The bottom line is he won the game, and we're moving on to the next opponent. I'm good. And it's only the same game back.
Big picture. I'm looking at the big picture. What are we doing now so this won't affect us later?
Hey, MOC, not black women. All women will be still mad at that. I don't care. People love trying to say, "Oh, black women." No. All women.
Hey, D. Mark, you talking about Zion dunk tonight or something? I know the dunk he did the other night. Like, oh my! Listen, the Pelicans with Zion and Ingram and what's his name? The one that came from Portland. The Pelicans are ahead of the West right now, even though it's a tight race. They up there. It's going to be interesting playoff basketball over there in the West. The West is going to be tightly contested.
I actually want to tune into that Dallas Milwaukee game that's on right now. I want to check that out. See what
I'm wrapping this thing up. I got one final thought. As far as the forwards, I'm looking at I just pulled up on Sporting News like the best forwards in the game, and they got Giannis, KD, Jimmy Butler, Anthony Davis, Karl-Anthony Towns, Zion, and then even the second tier players like Jaren Jackson and Horford and Scotty Barnes, they all got that. And then Evan Mobley is going to be a problem for the Sixers. They got all these different forwards who can do different things that none of the players on our team can do. What I'm suggesting to Doc Rivers, to Morey, is just to get us somebody that can compete with them on a defensive level. Maybe not offensively, because I do believe offensively, Joel got them, Harden got them, Tyrese got them. But who can
do you believe that?
So what are you giving up to get them? Nothing from nothing, leave nothing. You had to do something
Harris,
punch you in the mouth.
Kunta.
Listen,
but you tell me Toby's trash, so somebody's gonna give you this star small forward, power forward for Toby.
But you say he's not trash, so maybe somebody think like you. Unless everybody's thinking like me.
Listen, I'm not opposed to trying to upgrade. I do agree with Wayne. I'm not a lateral move. I think will be just a lateral move. I'm not opposed to upgrade. I'm not. Only why I do like Collins, I did a little bit because he's taller and he's more athletic. Yeah. And I do think that when Maxey comes back, you can get enough scoring between Maxey, B, obviously Harden, and even Melton, the way he's been playing, where you can afford to lose out on some points and have Collins come in there as just a rebounder, defender, and knock down an open three every now and then. But real quick, and I'm glad you touched on that forward thing. This is why we got to watch the games, because everybody wants to say Giannis is the best player, and one of the things they always include is that Giannis' defense is so great. You know what I really noticed? I've been watching Milwaukee a little bit. Giannis don't defend the best big man on the court. He really don't. Even when they played against us, who was defending Embiid? Lopez defending Embiid. When he played against AD, Lopez was defending AD. Every time Giannis actually got on AD took him to the rack. So everybody always, that's why you got to watch the game. Look, what good power forwards is it out there that Giannis will really have to stick for real? You got Julius Randle. You got what's the dude from Portland? You got like one or two. It's like it's a couple. It's like maybe like a handful of solid power forwards out there, and I don't even think it's no great ones. The best one is probably Randle outside of Giannis. Then after that's a trickle-down effect. So Giannis, for real, he be getting off every night. He come with the weak side blocks, and he beat up shots, and everybody, he could do it. Who have you seen Giannis lock down? That's my question. Everybody, he could lock up everybody and all this. Who he locked down? To answer me that, because he ain't jump on AD. AD had 40 on him, and they lost. So, I mean, I know it's one game, but I was looking through the stats. I'm like, I don't see him really locking no big man down like that. He don't lock down Embiid like that. He don't even be on Embiid. But that's my 2 cents for that. So need to do y'all homework before y'all start trying to crown everybody. He the best because of this and that and all this.
All right, y'all. This was great. We enjoyed the show. Pretty much, Ephraim is just trying to do so. He just pretty much want everybody to say that Steph is the best player. So
he is. There's no need for him to say it. It is what it is right now.
But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for Sixers, they still a good team. We could do better. Just trade for John Collins.
Hey, Jimmy J, Boston going to win. Golden State going to win tomorrow. They got it. It's in the bag. Steph Curry going to black out. He's going to have like a 45-point game.
Oh, yeah, we out.
Deuces.